Hey YouTube, quick little addendum to the start of this video. So I'm teaching how to make shared compendium folders. Sharing this content with yourself, between your worlds is perfectly okay. If you make, the Mongoose Traveler skills, recreate them in the items inside of your own worlds and share them between your worlds, it's perfectly okay. It is not okay to publicly share any of this stuff, so please don't share any of this stuff. Don't post it online. Don't make these things freely available. That is very illegal. I just want to get that disclaimer out of the way. This is just for your own use so that you guys can share it, with yourself. So if you ever make a new traveler world within Foundry, you don't have to recreate all of those skills. You don't have to recreate all of your items. You can have them in a module that you just import, and it's nice and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you find it very useful. Thank you. Alrighty, YouTube. So today I'm going to show you how to create a shared compendium that you can share between your worlds. I'll show you two different methods. One is to just share the compendium. The other is to create an adventure pack that you can share, which could include all of your skills, items, and even actors. So let's jump into it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create two worlds. You only need the one you want to use. I'm going to use the Twad 6 game system. I have test 1, test 2, both are using the Twad 6. I'm going to hop over to my game systems tab, open up the GitHub link for the game system, scroll down to the wiki link, and then right over here, system configuration guide, then down to MGT2, Mongoose Traveler 2nd edition. I'm going to go into both of my worlds. I'm going to make sure that the rule set settings match the settings listed on the GitHub. Going over to here to configure settings, clicking on the Twad 6, advanced rule set settings, and I'm just going to run through this real quick. CE difficulty list, make sure it's CE. CEL auto fire rules, there is a new initiative formula, so I'm going to Control C to copy that. Paste over there. Let's see, we're using target numbers rather than modifiers for difficulties. We're renaming advantage and disadvantage to boon and bane. We are changing the effect required for a throw to be considered a critical success from 99 to 6. We are changing show degrees of success for non-attack rolls to other. We're changing the modifier for a characteristic value of 0 from -2 to -3. We are changing the encumbrance formula. Copy and pasting over this one, making sure that our fraction of maximum encumbrance when encumbrance roll modifier applies is 0.5. We're changing the factor to multiply the weight value of equipped armor from 1 to 0.25. And then down here under animals and robots, we're setting animals use hits for damage to true, and animal types are independent of niche to true. Give me 1 second to double check I got everything. Degrees of success, 6. CE style rules, target numbers, CEL auto fire rules. Cool. So those are the settings we need to change. I'm going to save that. I'm going to hop over to my second test world and make the same changes. Give me just a moment to do that. Alrighty, got all that done. So I'm hopping back to my first test world. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's say that you went through my first video and you went ahead and you imported the skills from the game system, the 2E skills. You made all your necessary changes, added the general versions of each skill, deleted all the extra ones like gun combat slug long arm, gun combat slug short arm, just, deleted one of them, renamed the other one to slug, and then also created a general gun combat skill. So after you've made all those changes to your skills, and we can also say maybe you created some items. So maybe you have a folder here called items, and inside that folder, you have another folder called weapons, and then maybe one called armor, and you have you know, some kind of armor inside of that. We'll say a back suit inside of that armor. It is an armor type. And then inside of weapons, you have like a sword. The weapon type. So you have an armor, or you have items, you have an armor, weapons, and then maybe you have a few NPCs that you created inside of an NPC folder. You have maybe a traveler NPC called Greg. You have maybe some kind of animal, you know, maybe your characters or players have to fight, you know, a wolf or something, and then maybe they have a ship called the High and Dry. You have an NPCs folder, or rather an actors folder, with a traveler, an animal, and a ship. You've got an items tab with all of your skills, as well as, you know, some armor and a weapon. What you can do is you can return to setup, go to the add-on modules tab. You're going to create a module by clicking on this gear icon here. You're going to name it to whatever you want. You could name it shared data. Don't worry about all these other details. Don't worry about authors. All we care about is compendium packs. We're going to add a compendium pack. We're going to name it something. I'm going to call it traveler data. And our document type is going to be adventure. Make sure you select adventure and make sure that you set the required system to the TWAD 6. We're going to create module. I'm going to hop into my test world, go to my game master, log in. This is the correct world for me. I'm going to go to manage modules, enable that shared data, let it reload. And then down here under traveler data, I'm going to open that up. Or first I'm going to right click, toggle edit lock, and then I'll open it up. And right here I can do create adventure. I'll do that, create adventure. Fill this out as much as you want. I'm just going to say traveler data. You can make a banner, have a caption, have a description, whatever you want. Next, I'm going to click on this contents tab. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my stuff over. So I'm going to drag that NPCs folder into here. I'm going to drag my 2E skills into here. And then I'm going to drag my items into here. You'll see that 2E skills and items are both under the items section, simply because the skills are treated as items in Foundry. And then we also have an actors tab. And I believe, actually, we'll just leave it there. Once you've got everything added that you want to, you go ahead and click build adventure. And then finally, you right click and you toggle edit lock that compendium, so it can no longer be edited. And now, whenever you create a new world, say I have this test world here, you've gone through, you've set it up, you've changed all of your rule set settings to match what is on the GitHub. You can go to your manage modules, enable that shared data, and now under compendiums, you can open up that traveler data, open up that adventure, import your adventure, and now you have your NPCs, as well as your items. We've got our armor, we've got our weapon, and all of our skills. So that's the first method. This is the one I recommend, especially if you're doing a lot of prep. You know, you don't want to have to recreate all of your items. You don't want to have to recreate all of your skills. And then maybe you have some reusable NPCs that you can use between adventures. The second method would be to just do a single compendium. So we'll just do that for the skills. So say I only wanted to share my skills between worlds. What I can do is I can go to my setup. Same process, we're going to create a module. This one I'm just going to call it skills. I'll call it shared skills. Again, don't worry about any of this stuff. We're just interested in compendium packs. We're going to click add compendium pack. Name it shared skills. And then document type, make sure you select item. Required system TWAD 6, hit create module. And if we hop back into our test world, I'm going to go ahead and enable our shared skills. And we should now have a new compendium listed called shared skills. Right click, toggle edit lock to unlock it, click yes. And then we're going to go to our items tab. And if we only had like a skills folder that we wanted to share, we could right click that and export to compendium. Destination pack, make sure it is the correct compendium. export content. Back in our compendium packs, we'll right click that shared skills, toggle edit lock to lock it. And now if we hop to a different game world, I'll delete these ones just to show you that it works. Let me first disable my first module. So I'm going to disable the shared data that we just made. And I will delete my 2E skills folder. Now re-enable, or not re-enable, but I'll enable my shared skills folder. And if I go to compendium packs, I have my shared skills from the module. Right click, import, and boom, we have all of our shared skills. So that's how you do it with a single compendium. You can do the same thing with an item. The way I suggest you do it is just to have an adventure pack. And if you ever need to edit that, all you have to do is go into a world with the module enabled, unlock the module, make the changes you need to make, and then relock it. Those changes should reflect over. Thanks for watching.